Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore Latur District, Maharashtra State, the Education Capital of Marathwada, Part 2. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. Agriculture is the backbone of Latur's economy, characterized by a transition from traditional food grains to high value commercial crops. The district is famously known as the sugar belt of Marathwada due to the extensive sugarcane cultivation and numerous cooperative sugar factories. Aside from sugarcane, Latur is a massive producer of pulses, especially tur dal, and oilseeds like soybean and sunflower. The farming community here has increasingly adopted modern irrigation techniques such as drip and sprinkles system to combat the semi-arid climate and periodic droughts common in the region. Latur serves as a major trading node in Maharashtra, boasting one of the largest agricultural produce market committee APMC in India. This market acts as a central collection point for good food grains and oilseeds from across the state and neighboring Karnataka. The city's commerce is driven by its strategic location and its reputation as a market yard where thousands of tons of pulses and soybeans are auctioned daily. This robust trade environment has fostered a secondary market of packaging, warehousing, and logistics, making Latur a vital link in the national food supply chain. The investment landscape in Latur is heavily focused on agro-processing and education. The district attracts significant capital for soybean oil extraction plants, dal mills, and sugar refineries, capitalizing on the local raw material supply. Furthermore, the Latur pattern of education has turned the district into a multi-million-dollar coaching industry hub, attracting private investment in hostels, private schools, and professional colleges. The Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation (MIDC) areas in Latur also offer opportunities for small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in engineering and manufacturing. Business and civil life in Latur are governed by the Maharashtra State laws and the local administration under the district collectorate. For investors, the ease of doing business initiatives by the state government apply here, requiring adherence to environmental norms, particularly regarding water usage in the sugar and distillery sectors. Land acquisition and industrial zoning are strictly regulated by MIDC guidelines. Visitors and residents are expected to follow standard Indian Penal Code regulations with specific local bylaws regarding noise pollution, especially during festivals, and waste management being strictly enforced by the Latur Municipal Corporation. Latur boasts a well-developed infrastructure compared to many other districts in Marathwada. It is connected via a broad gauge railway line to major cities like Mumbai, Pune, and Hyderabad, facilitating both passenger travel and heavy freight for the agricultural sector. The road network is robust, featuring several national highways like NH36 that link the district to neighboring states, while the Latur Airport, Chimmambai Patel Airport, currently has limited scheduled commercial flights. The city's internal infrastructure included wide boulevards and a growing network of flyovers to manage the increasing urban traffic. As is standard across India, the Indian rupee INR is the sole trader in Latur. The district is well served by a dense network of nationalized banks such as State Bank of India and Bank of Maharashtra, private banks HDFC and ICICI, and a strong cooperative banking sector that specifically caters to the rural and farming populations. ATMs are ubiquitous in Latur city and larger towns like Udgir and Ahmedpur. Digital payments via UPI, Unified Payments Interface, are exceptionally common, accepted by everyone from large showrooms to small roadside tea stalls. Accommodation in Latur ranges from budget-friendly lodges and students and traders to mid-range business hotels catering to corporate travelers. Given its status as an educational hub, there is a massive infrastructure of private hostels and guest houses, though these are primarily aimed at long-term student stays. For short-term tourists or business visitors, the city center offers several hotels with modern amenities like air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and in-house restaurants. During peak admission seasons for colleges, it is highly recommended to book rooms in advance as the city experiences a heavy influx of parents and students. Obtaining a local SIM card in Latur is a straightforward process provided you have the necessary documentation. Visitors must visit a branded store of major providers like Geo, Airtel, or VI, Vodafone Idea, with a valid government issued ID, Aadhaar card for locals, or a passport with a valid visa for foreigners, and a passport sized photograph. The activation process usually involves a digital KYC, know your customer procedure, and can take anywhere from a few hours to a full day. Most shops in the main market areas like Ganj, Golai offer these services and can assist with choosing data plans. The culture in Latur is traditional yet progressive, reflecting its educational roots. While there is no formal dress code, modest attire is highly recommended, especially when visiting religious sites like the Siddheswar and Ratneswar temple or rural areas. Men typically wear shirts and trousers, while women often wear saris or salwar kameez. It is customary to remove shoes before entering homes and places of worship. In a professional or educational setting, formal or semi-formal Western attire is standard. The people of Latur are known for their hospitality and deep respect for teachers and scholars. Latur offers a spicy and flavorful culinary experience typical of the Marathwada region. The staple diet consists of bhakti, jowar or bajran flat bread, pitla, a thick gram flour curry, and various spicy preparations of pulses. One must try the local huruda, tender roasted jowar, during the winter months. Due to the high production of soybean and pulses, these ingredients feature heavily in daily meals. For those with a sweet tooth, the district offers various milk-based sweets, and the influence of neighboring Karnataka is evident in the availability of South Indian breakfast items like idli and dosa in local eateries. Navigating Latur city is most convenient via auto rickshaws, which are the primary mode of local transit. However, it is advisable to negotiate the fare beforehand as meters are rarely used. For regional travel between taluka sub-districts like Udgir, Ausa and Nilangai, the MSRTC, Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation buses, known as ST buses, are reliable and frequent. If you are planning to explore the historic forts and temples, hiring a private taxi for the day is the most efficient option. Always carry a bottle of water as the region can get quite hot, especially between March and June. Do's and don'ts. Do carry sufficient cash when traveling to rural markets, even though digital payments are easy. Respect the local traditions and seek permissions before taking photographs of people or religious ceremonies. Try the local Marathwada style spicy food if your palate allows it. Do not waste water. Latur has historically faced severe water shortages, and conservation is deeply valued by locals. Avoid discussing sensitive political or caste-based topics in public spaces. Do not litter, especially around the historic forts and public parks. For domestic India travelers, no special permits are required to visit Latur. A standard government ID suffices for hotel check-ins. International visitors must possess a valid Indian visa, tourist, business, or student, depending on the purpose of the visit. There are no specific protected area permits required for Latur. It is always wise for foreigners to keep photocopies of their passport and visa, and to register with the local foreigners registration office (FRO) if their stay exceeds 180 days or as per the specific requirements of this visa type. A well-rounded trip to Latur should span to 2 to 3 days to cover both the urban educational landscape and the historical outskirts. The best time to visit is from October to March when the weather is pleasant. Planning should include a mix of the Kanj Golai market for shopping, the Siddheswar temple for spiritual insight, and a day trip to the Karosa Caves or the Ausa Fort. If you are interested in the educational aspect, a visit to the major colleges during a working day provide a glimpse into the famous Latur pattern of study. Trip day-to-day agenda. Day 1, arrive in Latur, check into your hotel and head to Kanjugolai, the circular market which is the heart of the city. In the evening, visit the Siddheswar and Ratneswar temple. Day 2, take a morning drive to the Ausa Fort, approximately 20 kilometers away, to export its historical architecture in the afternoon. Visit the Karosa caves to see the ancient rock cut sculptures. Day 3, visit the Udgir Fort, the site of a historic Maratha battle, and spend the evening at Nana Nani Park or the Wadwal Nagnath Bet Hill, which is famous for its medicinal plants before departing. Latur is generally considered a safe district for both domestic and international travelers. The crime rate is relatively low, and the heavy presence of students contribute to a disciplined and active atmosphere even in evenings. However, standard safety precautions apply. Avoid walking in scheduled areas late at night and keep an eye on your belongings in crowded places like the Kanjugolai market or the railway station. The local police are generally helpful, and there are dedicated women's help desks in major police stations. Latur maintains strong economic ties with neighboring districts like Nandal, Bid, and Osmanabad, Dharasiv. Its commercial reach extends into the state of Karnataka, particularly with Bidar and Gulbarga, due to its proximity and shared trade in agriculture. On a broader scale, Latur's dal pulses are exported to various parts of India and even internationally. The district also has a unique relationship with the education sector and nationwide, with many institutions collaborating with the national level coaching centers and universities, creating a constant flow of intellectual and human capital. One of the most remarkable facts about Latur is the water train, Jaldut Express of 2016, which brought water from Miraj to Latur during a record-breaking drought, showcasing the city's resilience and the government's logistic capabilities. Architecturally, the Ganjugolai was designed by architect Fejianuddin and has 16 roads radiating from it, which is marvel of urban planning. Additionally, the district is a significant center for the Marathi film industry and folk arts like Lavani and Barut, which are often performed during local fairs, yatras. Latur is a fascinating blend of ancient history and modern aspiration. While it honors its past through its magnificent forts and temples, its eyes are firmly set on the future through its focus on education and agricultural innovation. Whether you are a student seeking academic excellence, a businessman looking for agro-trade opportunities, or a traveler exploring the hidden gems of Maharashtra, Latur offers a unique, grounded, and welcoming experience. It stands as a testament to how a district can reinvent itself as a regional powerhouse through sheer determination and community spirit. Now, questions and answers. Question: what is the Latur pattern? How has it influenced the district's economy? Answer: the Latur pattern requires a highly disciplined and religious methodology of coaching academic preparations, specifically designed for competitive exams and board certification. It involves long study hours, frequent testing, and specialized teaching techniques pioneered by local educators. The academic reputation has transformed Latur into a massive educational hub, creating a multi-million-dollar economy driven by private coaching institutes, student hostels, catering services, and stationery trade, attracting thousands of students from across Maharashtra every year. Question: which specific agricultural crops have earned Latur the title of a commercial hub in Marathwada? Latur's commercial dominance is primarily fueled by its production of pulses and oilseeds. It is one of the largest producers of tur dal, pigeon pea, and soybean in India. Additionally, the district is a major part of the state's sugar belt, with extensive sugarcane cultivation supporting numerous cooperative sugar factories. The trade of these commodities through its massive APMC Agricultural Product Market Committee makes it a vital commercial link in the region. Describe the unique architectural significance of Kanjigolai. Kanjigolai is a two-story circular structure located in the center of Latur city, acting as the heart of its commercial activity. Designed by the architect Fayajuddin, the structure is a unique because 16 separate roads radiate outward from its circular base, creating a symmetrical urban layout. While the central building houses a temple dedicated to goddess Ambabai, the surrounding area serves as a massive marketplace for everything from jewelry to textiles, making it a masterclass in functional urban planning. Question: why is water conservation a critical aspect of do's and don'ts in Latur? Water conservation is a sensitive and critical issue in Latur because the district lies in a rain shadow region and has historically suffered from severe life altering droughts. The memory of 2016 water crisis, where water had to be transported by train, is still fresh in the local psyche. As a result, wasting water is viewed as socially irresponsible. Residents and visitors are expected to be extremely mindful of their water usage as a sign of respect for the local environment and community struggler. What are the major historical sites located within a 50-kilometer radius of Latur city? Within a 50-kilometer radius, the most prominent historical sites are the Ausa Fort, a 13th century structure featuring unique military architecture and deep moats, and the Karusa Caves, which contain 12 rock-cut Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain cells dating back to the 6th century. Another significant site is the Siddheswar and Ratneswar temple in the city itself, which dates back to the Chalukya era and serves as a major spiritual landmark for the district. How does Latur facilitate trade with the neighboring states of Karnataka? Latur shares a border with Karnataka, and its proximity to cities like Bidar and Gulbarga facilitates a robust cross-border trade. The Latur APMC acts as a primary auction point for farmers from North Karnataka to sell their pulses and oilseeds. Furthermore, the broad-gauge railway connectivity and well-maintained national highways like NH 361 allow for the seamless transport of processed goods such as soybean oil and sugar between Latur's industrial zones and Karnataka's markets. What role does the MIDC play in the industrial landscape of the district? The Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation (MIDC) provides the necessary infrastructure for Latur's industrial growth by developing dedicated land zones with power, water, and road connectivity in Latur. The MIDC areas are the backbone of the secondary sector, housing hundreds of small and medium-scale enterprises (SMEs). These include dal mills, oil extraction plants, and engineering workshops that process the raw agricultural materials produced in the district, thereby creating jobs and attracting investment. What is the significance of the Jal Doot Express in Latur's recent history? The Jal Doot Express, or the water train, is a symbol of Latur's residents during the extreme drought of 2016. When the city's water sources completely dried up, the Indian government and railways operated a special train to carry 500,000 liters of water per trip from Miraj to Latur, covering a distance of over 300 kilometers. It remains a significant historical event as it was one of the largest emergency water supply operations in Indian history, highlighting the district's vulnerability to climate change and the importance of infrastructure. What are the essential documents required for a foreigner to get a local SIM cards in Latur? For an international visitor to obtain a SIM card in Latur, they must provide a valid passport with a valid Indian visa, original and photocopy. Additionally, the user will need to provide a passport-sized photograph and proof of their local address, which can be a letter from their hotel or host. The process involves a digital KYC, know your customer verification, and a service provider store such as Jio or Airtel located in the main city areas. Describe the typical local cuisine a traveler should experience. A traveler in Latur should experience the spicy and rustic flavors of Marathwada. The staple meal includes bakri, flatbread made of jawar and bajra, served with pitla, a thick savory gram flour paste, and thick techa, a fiery cream chili chutney. In the winter, huruda, fresh, tender roasted jawar is a seasonable delicacy. Due to the district status as a pulse hub, various preparations of varan bot, lentils and rice are common, often flavored with local spices that are bolder and hotter than coastal Maharashtrian cuisine. Thank you for seeing this video. Please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.